All right.
So you heard that here. Autobiography of a recovering skinhead. And props. We've been talking about Frank this whole week. Want to give props to Ron Meyer as well from the Anti-Defamation
Good looking
League.
out, Ron.
Good looking out, Ron. He came and joined us. Great guy as well.
Yeah. Good energy.
And I just love, like we were talking about in the interview, the fact I understand why Frank is going out and speaking.
Absolutely.
I understand why the ADL, which is short for Anti-Defamation League, has a former skinhead speak. You need to hear from the source of what people were thinking when they engage in unsavory behavior.
Absolutely.
And that applies to racism, to just
sexism,
just bad things that go on.
Yeah, any sort of stigma or discrimination. Absolutely.
So you heard the website, the Twitter stuff, and the Facebook stuff. So when you're making sure that you're doing all that stuff for Unfiltered, at the same time, you can add Frank's information as well.
Open another window.
Get the book. I wasn't lying. I read this in 72 hours. The only reason it wasn't 48 is because Little Ern got sick.
You eating chicken? Come on.
I know. I love chicken. I have no problem saying that.
You want to stain the pages with that grease. I know.
Exactly.
But yeah, it is a good read. Absolutely good read. And it's not just about the skinhead movement. It's really about a movement that Frank made, throughout the course of his life. So it's really cool. It's really good.
Exactly. I'm glad you made that point, and I think that people need to remember this in general. Go to the bookstore sometime. Go down an aisle that you normally wouldn't. For example, you could go down the sports aisle, and you might not watch any type of sport whatsoever, but I bet you that you can find a book that will take you out of your comfort zone, and I bet you the content could actually be applied to yourself.
Absolutely.
If you don't cook anything, go down the cooking aisle, find something. Not necessarily a recipe book. Pick up Julia Child's Guide to Life. I'm sure Julia Child's, even if you haven't cooked, could give you some pointers that you could apply to your life. So, exactly.
We're all human, man. The story is universal. It's just, it's different because we're all individuals. But there's some overarching things that, we all faced in life. So,
exactly.
You're absolutely right.
And just to add on to that, when you go out of your comfort zone, we're quick to go out and find stuff with people that we share in common, and I get that, and I think that's important, and I think that makes a lot of sense. But I think we'd be a better society as a whole if we went out and sought out ideas and information that we don't think we would have anything in common with.
That's right. Expand our knowledge base.
Expand your base.
Experience.
Expand your base. Expand that foundation. Autobiography of a Recovering Skinhead, Good Times with Frank Mink. And I do apologize, and I let him know that I was saying Me Inc. this whole time, and as you so eloquently stated, it's Mink, as in Mink stole. So, much better than Me Inc. What the hell is Me Inc. when I took my pen and write about myself? But it's not about me.
Me Inc.
It's about everybody out there, you, our listeners here on Unfiltered. And I know this is one of the favorite parts of the show for you guys and gals and whoever else. We were just talking about discrimination. Don't want to discriminate. Guys, gals, whatever you may call yourself. All of y'all. Let's just take it down to the South. I have no shame in my Southern dialect, my Southern foods, and my Southernness. And I hope that's a word. And if it's not, you know what? I'm from Texas. Damn it, I just made a word. And my Southernness. But let's do this part. We know you love it. Turn that up loud.
What the?
That was loud. That was nice. That wakes you up.
It does.
I should get that put on my alarm clock. I've got this really annoying beep right now. I should hook that up to my stereo, hook the alarm clock up, blast it. I've got those little Sony speakers. They put out about 100 watts. Imagine if that woke me up every day at 6 a.m.
You'd be like Sylvester Cat with your claws. I could have seen it.
No, I'd be in jail because the people in the building would call the cops on me if they heard somebody yelling that out and heard the breaking glass. Well, speaking of calling the cops, first story. This is out of Bedford, Virginia. Cops are involved. It's in our WTF What the You Know What segment.
Sounds fitting.
Bedford, Virginia. Now get this. I'm going to place you at the scene of the incident. I'm not going to say crime because I'm not quite sure if a crime was committed. Listen to this. A drunken driving checkpoint. Some states have these, some states don't. In Virginia, they do. This is a checkpoint where they force you off, and you're given the breathalyzer, and if you register at a certain level, you go to jail.
Yes.
So there's a drunken driving drunken driving checkpoint in Bedford, Virginia. Now, they pulled a car over here on Friday night. This was this past weekend. Now, get this. The Bedford Sheriff's Office said the car that they pulled over was driven by a 32-year-old woman, pulled up to the checkpoint on Friday night when deputies heard noises from the trunk.
Oh.
So here's these cars. Here's these cops at the drunken driving checkpoint. Okay,
Yeah.
at the checkpoint. Let me just not. Yes, checkpoint. Thank you. They're at the checkpoint. Somebody pulls over a 32-year-old woman. They hear noises coming from the trunk.
What kind of noises you ask?
Well, get this. When asked what was in the trunk, and all of a sudden I'm reading this story and it's on a police blotter, and I'm thinking that this is going to go really bad, really south, no pun intended. Taking it back to my southern roots, there's going to be a body or something like that. I thought this is where this is going.
Someone bound and gagged.
Exactly.
That's exactly
that's
where
I
I'm at
go.
right now.
I'm
Me too. I'm
with
right
my
there.
forensic files and the first 48 hours and my crime shows that I watch. I'm thinking a body. Nope, not a body. When asked what was in the trunk, the driver said she bought. It's difficult for me to get this out. I can do it. When asked, the driver said she bought a goat from a farmer to give to the 4 passengers in her car. I kid you not. And I know you're visualizing this right now. The 4 passengers in her car are from Kenya. Not Kenya, Virginia. Although that kind of has a rhyme to it. They should put a Kenya in Virginia and make a jingle. That sounds like a great vacation destination. Kenya, Virginia. Kenya, as in the continent, as in the country we were talking about on the show on Monday where Barack Obama's...
In Africa?
Exactly.
Okay.
4 people were in her car from Kenya, from the continent of Africa, but they reside in Lynchburg, Virginia. The goat was panting heavily. The officer said the temperature in the trunk was 94 degrees.
Did they take the temperature in the trunk after they found a goat in there?
Apparently. I don't know what this is all about. Now, the woman said that in Kenya, people have goats for various reasons.
Sure.
And she said that she had purchased the goat from a farmer to give to the 4 passengers who were in the car with her.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can get a GWI, which would be goating while intoxicated. Or you know what, that's not even the right term because nobody was intoxicated. It would be driving while goating, DWG, which is what I'm calling this. I don't know of any other word to apply to this. In Unfiltered World, if you throw a goat in the back of your car, we're going to call that goating. I don't know if she got a DWG, a driving while goating.
You down with DWG?
Yeah, exactly. She said, what are you in for? DWG. Can you imagine you go to jail for that? But thank God that she wasn't drinking. Thank God that there was no crime committed. Or, you know, maybe as I say that, I realize my animal activists out there might get very, very angry to hear that a goat was in a trunk in 94-degree weather. And now that I think about that, what the hell?
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about this now. A goat is bound and gagged in a trunk. What type of damn car was she driving? It certainly wasn't a Toyota Tercel. I mean,
or somebody in the back seat was getting kicked in the head if it was a Toyota Tercel.
Exactly. And how do you get a goat? These are the things.
How'd you manage to get the goat in the trunk?
Everybody out there, I know you can listen to us worldwide. You know our number, 877-CHAT-212. And I know that you know you can Skype into us as well. Our account is Chat About It Callers. If you know how to get a goat in the trunk of a car, will you please let me know? That just sounds like one of these things I need to do if I'm on an African safari.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't know if
that
goats make the same as sheep. But,
we're moving on
whatever.
after that.
Okay.
That was bad. That was bad.
What the?
Exactly.